Okay, hopefully this is live. We'll see if it actually is. But I'm going to be working on some Airflow PRs. I wanted to try and get a better understanding of some of its design. So I started working with some of the contrib operators around both Spark and Dataproc, since those are areas which I'm already relatively familiar in. And I'm wearing a sweater because it's really cold. I'm in Toronto, and I didn't realize that I had to turn on the heat explicitly. I just sort of figured the heat would be turned on by default, but it turns out that no, I had to press some extra buttons to get the heat on. So I am a little cold, but that's okay. After I finish with this, I've got a live stream code review, but then after the live stream code review, I'm definitely taking a nice warm bath because it is cold. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead, switch into the live mode and see how this works. Oops. And we're doing something else today. Airflow PRs focused around Spark and Dataproc. And I just use this little file here to keep track of everything. Okay, cool. Now, I did make some other sort of outgoing PRs. Oh, right, and I'm going to bring up the comment streams on my two respective phones. So if you want to comment on Twitch, if you've got questions, or on YouTube, I'll have those both up just in case you are so inclined to join me in the discussion. Please do if you want. It's more fun when other people are involved. As you can see, it's been many months and I still need to update my billing information for GitHub. Whoa, wait. Okay, cool. So these are my previous PRs. One of them was recently merged. It was allowing non-Latin 1 usernames with the MySQL backend. And this was to fix some problems with the Google Authenticator plugin because it was getting it was getting a UTF-8 character, which was like a 0 width white space, and it wasn't being able to be saved to the database. But I have some branches which I've pushed. I haven't turned them into PRs yet, so we're going to go over to my fork of the repo. And let's see what my branches are. So this one is relatively simple. I think. I want to figure out how to get the CI results for this. So I'm going to go, I think I can go to travisci.org. What happens if I go to travisci.org, hold MK, incubator, Airflow, and I think I can get my CI results here. Oh, it's not activated. I should activate it. Okay, cool. Weird though, because I thought I got Travis CI results for it in my email, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. Apache. I wouldn't have looked at this, would it? Like, I don't think my branch would show up here. I'm like 90% sure it wouldn't, but I'm just going to check. Yeah, I know. Okay, cool. So on that note, I guess what we'll do is we'll take the two branches that I've got and we'll update them to be on top of master so that CI can start to run. So incubator Airflow. Okay, yeah. I'll go ahead and do a git pull because I want the changes in my own repo, which are these two branches. So there's this one here, which is fixed doc strings. Relatively simple. There was this thing where just there'd been some copy pasta documentation that was incorrect. So I just updated that to match. Relatively simple. So git rebase master. Weird. Oh, do I have to do this? Yeah, okay, that's what I have to do. I pulled to master wrong. So now, okay. Git rebase master. Okay, git push -- force with lease. And so that should kick off the Travis CI job. It's only doc changes, so that should be fine. Oh, damn it. Branches. So this one was a simplify overriding of Spark submit CMD. So git checkout doot. We'll also git push -- force with lease. This one's a little bit more involved. Figuring out how to test it is a little bit more of a pain. And I got to play around with the differences between the hooks and the operators in this one. But that being said, let's go do some new things, right? I just wanted to kick these two off in CI so that we can maybe get the results back while we do some other new code. So we're going to go to the ASF Jira. I really need to figure out why it always redirects me to my previous employer's dashboard. Right, this is not my dashboard. But it's fine. It doesn't really matter. Airflow Spark. And status equals open. And I guess it's just equals open. Okay, yes, equals open. Cool. So one of the things here is that these Jira issues aren't always updated, but that's okay. This one here, the Spark submit hook fix real-time logging. So redirecting the logging to Airflow doesn't work correctly. Spark's logging goes to standard error, and the output of the Spark program goes to standard out. In the loop of the two sources, standard out is used first. It seems to be blocking until output is written at the end of the Spark submit execution. Fix this by connecting standard error to standard out in the subprocess invocation and only pipe the standard out to Airflow logging. I'm not actually sure that's how I want to fix this problem, but this looks like a good one to work on because logging is important, and I've actually had similar problems just working inside of PySpark on my own, so I definitely feel the pain of having partially incorrect logs. So we're going to go back to master. We'll check out this Spark submit hook fix real-time logging. Figuring out how to test this is probably going to be a pain in the ass, but that's okay. Sometimes testing it is the important part. Okay, let's just go back into one mode. Oh, so this is going to be under. We were just working on it. Airflow contrib operators. Okay, so Airflow contrib operators, and then it's the Spark submit operator. So this one here. That being said, there's a chance. Let's take a look at the Spark SQL operator. I'm actually curious if it inherits from this Spark SQL. it actually does not inherit from the Spark submit operator. Really weird. Hey, that's fine. You'd think it might make sense. Does it use the hook? No, it uses a different hook as well. That's really interesting. Because I would think that you could do a Spark SQL operator just building it on top of the Spark submit operator. Or at the very least using the Spark submit hook. But anyways, okay. It's not there. Okay. So it's probably going to be inside of hooks. So we're going to go to hooks, Spark submit hook. Okay. Interesting. So it says if the deploy mode is client, the log output of the submit command, as those are. Oh. Sorry. Okay. Process the log files. Sure. So this is if it's running in Yarn and deploying in cluster, it does one thing. Also if Kubernetes, it does another thing. Otherwise, it just calls log info line. Process. Okay, well, let's go take a look at Spark submit. Possibly this is. Oh no, I think this is already done. Damn it, that's unfortunate. But let's go ahead and take a look at that. Git branch, okay, git log, -p, because we can see the proposed solution has actually been implemented. I believe this issue has been fixed in. So we'll go up to the Spark submit hook. And the magic phrase that we're looking for is probably subprocess.standardout. Subprocess.stdout. Shit. That's just my alarm to remind me to take my drugs, nothing important. Okay, that was an indentation change, so it wouldn't be there. Not there, not there. Wow, this was fixed in, here we go. Okay, it was fixed by so I'm going to go ahead and close this as a duplicate. Yeah, so let's go ahead more. Is there a mark as duplicate? Can I do that in this project? Doesn't look like I can. Unless if I assign it to myself, then sometimes I get more permissions, which is kind of sketch. Okay, reload the thing now. No, it doesn't. Still doesn't look like I can. Okay, we will leave this to unassigned. that's fine. Let's go ahead and CC the person who closed this Jira. And then hopefully they can just go ahead and close this one for us too. CC. How's it do? Okay, cool. So yeah, it's fine. Show whether a Spark job is running or waiting. As of now, Airflow shows that a task is running in Airflow when it could be listed as waiting in the Spark UI. That's certainly interesting, but kind of a pain in the ass to do. So I'll watch this and I'll probably come back to it later because I don't really want to deal with it today. Oh, interesting. If you configure the connection using an env variable possible through the UI, Spark submit hook is ignoring the scheme and doesn't produce a valid master URL. Example is end use. Okay. I mean, before we go ahead and make a branch, let's go see if that looks likely to be the case. That would probably be inside of the Spark submit hook. So resolve connection, build from connection. So it says master can be local yarn Spark host port K8s HTTPS. So if con.port interesting. Or would this be in the Spark submit operator? Okay. Env. No, okay. What is the envar? Spark. No, it's not showing up there. Yeah. So this is build Spark submit command. If envars is set and it's Kubernetes or yarn, we set this self connection master. Oh, that's, yeah, okay, I can see this. Let's make this test and then we should be able to fix it. I just want to make the test first because then, you know, I know that the work that I'm going to do is reasonable. And that, you know, I don't always do test driven development, but when it's something relatively small like this, oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. Oh, let's see. Are any of these? So this says Spark standalone cluster. Spark standalone cluster. Let's go take a look. Yeah. So this says that this says it will resolve the master as this. So maybe it's this environment variable. I don't see this environment variable referenced. Interesting. Okay. Con Spark cluster. So it looks like this may have also been fixed. But let's take a think about this. So Spark standalone master, so Spark standalone this all looks reasonable. So it looks like this one also might work. Oh, except there's a PR for it, so this was probably fixed here in this PR, is my guess. Or no. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's take a look at this. So what does this do? Yeah. That looks reasonable. Wait, really? I'm confused as well, yes. Okay, cool. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like someone's already working on this PR though, so that's fine. Would you want to update this PR? So what we'll do, so are you still working on this PR? Okay. Yay, open source. I mean, I wish this is in progress, but that's okay. Oh, that's not great. And this is a current version. Okay. Huh. So this is the Spark SQL operator prints blank info endlessly after the Spark context is stopped. There's no pull request for this one. Okay, so Spark SQL hook. Okay. Interesting. Spark SQL CMD. So we redirect standard out, standard error to standard out. We grab standard out pipe, and then for line in iter self SPD. Like it says Spark submit should have finished at this point. So there shouldn't be anything more coming in Open process exits infinite stream of empty bytes, of empty lines. I don't know. That's not quite what I want. Wait. Oh, interesting. So I think we found the problem. Okay. That's exciting. Yep. Can I? So if you're running, this was Pi 3. I think the problem might be from, okay, Python 3. So this is bug, but I still really want to make sure I test it. I'll take a look at this. Okay, this is the PR that we're going to work on today, I think, because it looks like we might actually know how to do it. Oh God, so stiff. The cold does not help, nor does flying a red-eye flight. Ugh. Okay, cool. I imagine this is a pretty common pattern, right? Like this here, this pattern here has got to be really, really common. So we should probably factor it out because there's a bug here. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's go find 4-line. Maybe it's not as common as I thought. Oh. This is though. But with these imports, no, nothing special. Okay. Oh, let's check out master. Figuring out how to make the test work, because I don't think there's any current actual tests that run real Spark. Oh, but we can just override the Spark submit command, call something which is going to print once and verify the magic. Okay, that makes sense. We can make this work. Oh, okay. Spark SQL operator prints blank endlessly after Spark context stopped. I want to make a new issue. This is in, okay, improvement, minor, make the read lines iter common code. Since we have, since many operators need to do something like this, okay. Okay, can I yeah. This is bad. This is good. I think. I'm actually, let's go look in the git log and see. I'm curious. Incubator, Airflow. Oh, fuck, that's not going to be it either. Sorry. Iter dot star. I think that's a valid less regex. Okay. We can check iter dot star. Yeah, sorry, iter dot star. Okay, so iter dot star comma. Okay, iter dot star comma space. Okay. Dot star comma space. It looks like, because there clearly is, right? Like that regex should match, it just doesn't. Oh wait, unless that's actually a literal. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, cool. Yep. This came up in and is also referenced in this one. Okay, cool. So we can see here that this is fixed elsewhere. So we should fix this more generally. So let's do that, I guess. Cool. But we're gonna fix it in the single instantiation first, and then we'll fix the general instantiation separately. I think that's maybe the right way to do it. Okay. So Spark SQL hook. Okay, so cool. This becomes a B, and then we should so is that yes, okay. seems reasonable. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Right? Or something, I think. Oh, but we need to test it. Spark SQL. It's test Spark SQL hook. Okay, let's see what we got. We've got a test build command. Test Spark process run CMD. Ooh, interesting. But we've mocked it. So that's the trick, yes. Good trick. And actually, I think we need this in the Spark. Anyways, I think there's another one where we need this. But what I want to do is test Spark process returns test Spark process finishes self. Yeah, we don't need anything fun. Okay, so we can just go ahead and do this. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go hook.run query. The query we're going to run, we're just giving it date because date should only print one thing, and then exit, and then we're good. This should just finish. That's really I guess assert length hook dot I could mock the log, but there's no real point. Per se. Okay. There's no assertion because if this is correct, if this is incorrect, it will loop forever. It's not great. I wish I had a reasonable assertion. I could totally mock the log. I don't think I don't think I need to do that. I think this is fine. Now that being said, now we should run the tests. That's a good point. Or we could just wrap it up and push this. It's 5:40, and if I wrap it up and push this, I can take like a 15-minute bath, and that seems pretty tempting. And we wouldn't be pushing it to the Airflow repo. Okay, well let's see if I have a testing environment set up for this. I don't. Docker compose installed. So there's a contributing.md guide, and it says how to run the tests with Docker compose. So let's kick that off and okay. Looks like I don't have the right version of Docker compose on this machine to run it locally, anyways. So I'm just we're just gonna take this as an opportunity to we don't really actually need Docker compose to make this thing work. We can actually just do this with virtual env. We do need to make sure that it's Python 3, because this test is only going to fail in Python 3. Okay. Okay, so we go ahead and we activate it. Setup.py. Which one? Is there like a GCP? Really? GCP? Pip install -e.devel GCP API. Because I don't need the... Oh, yeah, that's fine. We're not actually going to distribute this. We're just building it for testing. Export. What is this? Okay, cool. Oh, download the requirements. In the meantime, though, we can totally push this to a branch. Oh, actually, did I not check get branch? Didn't check out a branch. Okay. Fix the infinite read in Spark SQL hook.py. Oh wait, no. Git rebase head. Okay, and I need to reword this. And so it's because of the requirements for how we do Airflow PRs, we put the PR, we put the JIRA number in the title. Wait, I didn't, okay. In Python 3. Cool, sounds good. This will keep installing. I don't have MySQL installed. Fudge. I don't really care which MySQL I install. I do have MySQL Common. Do I need like MySQL Dev? MySQL Server, probably MySQL Server. Yeah, we'll just test this in CI. I have it set up on my other machine to do tests properly, but I don't have the time to do that here today. So we'll go back here. We'll go into Holden K, Incubator Airflow branches. Yay! Hopefully, cool. So we can see here, it's got these builds kicked off. None of them have finished. But they're all running in CI, and it's probably not the most fun to sit around and watch paint dry. So this is a good stopping point. Give me a second. I've got my outro slides that I want to do really quickly with y'all, and I have another live stream coming up in just about 10 minutes. I'm going to be doing my weekly Apache Spark code review. If you happen to be in Toronto, I will be doing a workshop with old school friend of mine, Kayleen, tomorrow at PyCon Canada, and I will be doing a keynote of some type on Sunday. I think it's similar to the one I did at PyData London, that keynote, because it went over well, and so hopefully it goes over well in Canada. ApacheAirflow. Okay, cool. And so on that note, let's go ahead, switch this into live mode, and we can go look at this Holden and Booth super fun live stream. I can actually grab my stuffed animals today, and we got a new stuffed animal who joined the family. This is Panda. Anyways, so what did we do today? We did Apache Airflow Spark Operator Contrib Adventures. I am Holden. My preferred pronouns are she or her, and I'm a developer advocate at Google. I am on the Spark PMC, and I contribute to a lot of other projects, as you can see from today. I do a lot of yak shaving, where I go around and try and fix things that are related to things I care about. And then I often start to care about those other things too. And before Google, I worked at a whole bunch of other places, and you can follow me on Twitter. If you're interested in the live streams, definitely remember to like and subscribe on YouTube. As I said, I will be doing a code review live stream right after this one, and I hope you'll join me for that. In addition to who I am professionally, I am trans, queer, Canadian, and part of the other community. The Canadian part, since I'm in Toronto today, is less of a thing, but I work out of America on a work visa. And I think even in Canada, there's been a lot of rhetoric about work visas and people coming here. And I think, in my personal view, the way that we succeed is by bringing together all sorts of different people. And to do that, we need to have good immigration policies that let people come here. Where here is Canada in this case, and I also obviously want people to be able to go to America because that's where I want to hang out. Okay, so on that kind of downer of a note, I hope you'll join me in about 10 minutes. I'll be doing my regular weekly code review. It takes a bit of a format, different format. I just go through Spark PRs and take a look at them. Okay, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you all for joining me. I've got 10 minutes, so just enough time for a bath. I think I'll try and squeeze one in. Have a lovely weekend, and if you're in Canada, I hope to see you all around. Bye. Well, let's make sure that everyone gets to see Panda Friends.